vlog number 490, Saturday, March 29th, 2025, 7:45 a.m. Well, everybody, thus begins another day of fun, hopefully. I'm here still in the motel. Just got up. 8:15 is the time we're leaving today. We're going down to breakfast, gonna leave at 8:30. So I don't want to waste storage space or anything, so I'm just gonna keep sitting here. I'll get dressed about 8 o'clock and get ready to head out to breakfast. But I do want to hear something real quick. Check it out, man. We're on the horizon. The sun is coming up. That's like a great view. It's a great view. It's pretty cool. I'll just write down a ton of stuff and I'll give you some updates throughout the day if I can. So let's get this day going, man. Alright everybody, back at it with another explanation video, as you saw from those first clips that I recorded in the morning. The sun was just coming out, it was very cool. But getting into the explanation clip, I don't want to make it as long as it was last time. The one I just did, because it felt like I was recording for 20 minutes. But 8:11, went down to breakfast. I did not eat anything. We left at 8:21. This was interesting. You can see on the screen some of the photos I took. The remote was on the wall, but the channel kept changing. We were originally watching, it was like it was Animal Planet, like Crocodile Hunter or something. Then it got turned to Nickelodeon. I was actually watching SpongeBob, as you can see in these clips. It was kind of funny. 8:21, we left, went to Town Pump. By the Come On In, I got a Pepsi, Sunkist, and some Pringles. When we were leaving, I actually saw a Cybertruck, so I took a photo of that. Yeah, 8:35, we ended up leaving Town Pump. Got to, oh, here's the photo of Town Pump. Okay, I didn't know I took a photo of inside Town Pump. All right, we left at 8:35, got to Drummond at 9:16, and eventually got to Deer Lodge at 9:40. And I'll include this photo. I was making the practice bets on Sportsbet Montana. So that's what I was doing. Tried something new. I did not win, in case you were wondering. But trial and error, that's what it was really about. Got to Deer Lodge at 9:40. The window was like really foggy, the front window, so we actually stopped at Family Dollar. And that's cool because I've never been to a Family Dollar. I mean, it's been a while. But 9:41, we got to Family Dollar, left at 9:46. We got Windex. We ended up parking at 9:53 at the Deer Lodge prison. We parked at 9:53. We got out of the car at 10:06 because the thing didn't open at 10. And there was actually a geocache right next to us, a mystery one. So we were like plugging in the coordinates or whatnot. But we eventually just said, hey, we'll just wait till after. So we left the car at 10:06, walked to the entrance, 10:08. We entered, and then we just went through the museum. Not museum. And then we just went through the prison. So there's a lot of photos I took. I'm just going to include those photos. Just enjoy them. I'm not going to... It was really cool to look at all this. We were listening to a walking tour. We pulled up, and actually... We were looking at this right here. And there was these things, like, there was these numbers. If you look at this first picture right here, you can see a number 1. You would go to number 1 in the video, and it would talk about the history that happened at like that specific spot. It was very cool. But let's include all those pictures now, and I'll get back into it after I get done with that. All right, so after we left the prison, we walked across. There's actually a massive car museum. We got there at 11:23, 11:37 we left. You can see in these pictures, I just included a ton of photos. There was one car that I took a photo of purple. It was purple and it said grape juice. That was cool. There's also a van that had a Scooby-Doo thing that said Scuba-Doo. That's awesome. After that, we left at 11:43. We entered the merchandise store across the street. We thought that was going to be like a place we'd get keychains, but it's actually just a store where the inmates make a ton of stuff. And like if you buy it, then they get like some money or something. They get something. But we entered there. We left 3 minutes later, but it's not what we expected at all. Left at 11:46. 11:49, we left the parking lot and drove to the Cell Block Tavern at 11:52. That's just right next to the prison. I included a photo of the menu right here. I ended up, what did I get? I got cheese quesadilla and fries. We left at 12:39, but I have to talk about this too. There's where we were sitting, and there was actually a shuffleboard table, so I was playing some shuffleboard. And I actually got it on the floor, which was actually really cool, because I never actually like played shuffleboard, so that was pretty awesome. But we left there at 11 or 12:39. I actually included the photo of me getting it on floor. That's cool. There's the dinner, or I mean the lunch. The fries were not good at all. They were like hand-cut fries. They were not good. I had the quesadilla, solid. But we left there, like I said, 12:39. We got to Victory Lanes at 12:43. That's the bowling alley there. At 1:20, game 1 ended. I ended up winning. Which you'll see. Hold on, before we get to that, I took some photos. This place was weird. It had like 6 lanes, but it was like a neon, like glow in the dark style. So the pins were all it was very strange, like black light. And it was like really weird because the pins didn't knock down as they usually do because they were held by a string. It was a weird experience for sure, but maybe that's why I won game 1. So I included a video right here. You see there's the pins that are red. The first game I won, I put up 105, and it was weird. I was throwing it like 20 miles an hour. I don't think I've ever thrown a ball that much, so I don't understand that. But that was game 1. Game 2 ended at 1:49. This was crazy. I ended up losing by 1 pin. I was down 9. You can see in the picture, I was down 19, headed to the final frame. I bowled a strike on the first one. That was my first strike of the day. I did not have one other strike. It gave myself a chance. So I got 8 the next one, and there was a split. I needed 1 pin to tie, 2 to knock him down for the win. And this, I want to say, is the story of the day. I needed, if it was like a 1 pin, I couldn't hit it. Like, I could hit multiple pins, but if there was just 1 pin by itself, I could not hit it. So when it was a split, I had to go for one of them, and I just could not hit it all day, and I missed it. So I ended up losing 99-98. That was unfortunate, but we left at 1:54. Drove by the football field. You can see there in Deer Lodge. Let's see. We drove by. Oh, okay. So I took a ton of photos. At 2:06, we drove out by the prison. Took some photos there. Montana State Prison. There's some more prison. We didn't get all that close to it, but we went as close as we probably could. We then went to a geocache at the Hillcrest Cemetery. As you can see here, we stopped there at 2:12. We found it. We left at 2:22. While we were sitting there, we were trying to find the mystery cache from earlier. We ended up solving that. So that was at 2:22. We drove after that to the Old Yellowstone Trail cache, 2:25. We couldn't find it for a while, but we finally found it. 2:38, so it took 13 minutes. We found 2:44. We drove to where the mystery cache was located on the map. We found that as well, so that was cool. Left there at 2:53. At 2:54, we stopped yet another cache. Found it easily. Left at 2:56. Man, we were going cache by cache. We left at 2:57 from that one cache at the mystery spot. No, never mind, the cache after the mystery spot. I know this can be confusing, man, but with all the photos, I hope it makes it clear. We went to another cache, 2:59. We stopped there. We left at 3:06 because we had a hike to it a little bit. We ended up finding it. And that was the last cache we did. There was like all these like gnats everywhere. It was very annoying because it was by the river. But we went to Grant Coors Ranch, 3:10. I included a photo. We left at 3:49. Left the parking lot at 3:58. Okay, so I mentioned first off, before I do that, let me include all the photos from Grant Coors Ranch. Here we saw a cat kind of scared is because it came out from under the deck area. But I'll include all the photos from Grant Coors Ranch, and I'll pick this thing back up again. All right, a funny story about this actually is, well, first off, we thought the place was haunted at first because when we walked in, we thought the gate was closed. And then we went by and it was open. When we saw the photo earlier, it looked like it was closed. And we were like, how on earth did that open? Nobody's came out here. But the photo was just like an optical illusion, and it was really closed the entire, or open the entire time. So that was a false alarm. We were just walking up by. I had the map. I was holding out the map, pointing out what everything was. And I thought we were the only people here. We didn't get a tour or anything, so it was kind of a self-guided tour. We finally saw some people. We couldn't go in like the main house that you saw in the photo with the white fence because only like tour people could do that. That was kind of unfortunate. But then as we were walking out, we actually saw a park ranger by the visitor center area, which you have to walk to get to. Oh, yeah, by the way, the rodeo was going on. I have to talk about that. The rodeo was going on, and we kept hearing the rodeo because it was kind of closed. That's interesting. We asked a park ranger why exactly it was a historical site, and they actually gave a pretty good answer. It was like unchanged, and it's kind of here to show the history. It was actually pretty good. So finally, we get the information from a park ranger. That was cool. But we left Grant Coors Ranch at 3:58. Left the parking lot. There was this massive truck thing there. I didn't take a photo of it, unfortunately, but it was massive. It's like they travel all over the world. They're like from France or something. But after we left the parking lot at 3:58, there was a cache right down the street. 4 o'clock, we got to a horse cache, found it, left at 4:05. You can see by the photos, it was literally a massive horse. It was a massive horse. But we then went to Town Pump, 4:08. I started listening to the Florida game, left at 4:17. I actually recorded a little bit of that, so let's roll that clip now. All right, everybody, it's 4:09. Quick update. I'm at Town Pump. I'll give you a full update like I usually do. I was at the Grant Coors Ranch. I just went to a cache. That's what we're gonna be doing for the next like hour until we go back to Missoula. But college basketball, Florida, Texas Tech, I got it on the radio. There's 2 games today, and they are perfectly spaced out. This game starts at 4:09. Next game starts at 6:39. So 2.5 hours from now. So 1 game at a time. I like that a lot. So I'll be listening to Florida, Texas Tech. Let's go, Gators. You're my champion. Let's play like it. Let's win this thing. You ready? Let's go. We're going to be watching this on the radio, not on TV. At least I get to watch it though, right? Here's a souvenir, Grant Coors Ranch. We also went to the Montana State Prison earlier, or the old one that is, so I got that. Oh, like I said, I'll give you a full update, but we're ready. Texas Tech wins the tip and we're underway. The first team to the Final Four. Who's it going to be? Texas Tech off to a good start, 6-0. Come on, Gators. I also don't like how they have no score. Good response for Florida right there, but I don't like how they don't have a score. I don't know what it is. I know it's 6-2, but I just got to listen more carefully. Which I guess is fine. I'm making this vlog way too long, but hopefully it's long because of the, talking about what I'm actually doing. But back on track, you can see I was just starting to listen to the Florida game when we got to Town Pump. Let's see, 4:17 we left. At 4:27 we went to a baseball field cache. We found that one. It was right by the scoreboard. We left at 4:35. Hold on. Oh yeah, okay, we found it. 4:37 we went to another cache. And we couldn't find that one. I don't know where it was, but we couldn't. What is this? What am I recording now? I don't know what I was recording at 5:02. I guess I'm not there quite yet. Anyway, we went to another cache, couldn't find it. There was this dog barking like crazy. That was super irritating, super annoying. We couldn't find that cache, and that was the last one we did. It was starting to really rain pretty hard, so we just went back. We left Deer Lodge. My head really started to hurt. I don't know if I talk about that, but we entered Missoula at 5:46, went to 5:56, went to Taco Bell. I did not go in. That's because I was recording the Florida game and I'm pretty sure I put an update in the car. Florida, in this clip you're about to see, you'll just see what my reaction was like. They were like, I thought they were going to legit lose.
One for three-quarter point, the horn. Oh, off the rim. Toppin was falling out of bounds, and from three-quarter court, he eat one up. It hit off the rim. Memphis close. Will go to the locker room with Florida on top, 40-37.
All right, everybody, it's 6 o'clock exactly. I'm now back in Missoula. Last clip should have been an explanation clip. I was just watching the Florida game on my phone. First it was the radio, but then I listened on my phone because I wanted to hear what Kevin Harlan had to say. Florida is about to go down. My champion's going to be out. 12-0 run for Texas Tech. They lead by 10. Inside, Florida just cannot stop anything right now. 8 minutes to go. Down 10. 67-57. They're not scoring. They're not stopping anybody. Looks like it's going to be the end of the road for the Florida Gators, which is just going to be a shocking loss. Shocking loss, man. Not even going to make it to the Final Four. Against the Texas Tech team that almost lost and should have lost to Arkansas. Just crazy. But I was watching it on my phone all the way back. We left at 6:14. Got to the room at 6:26. Florida actually won the game, and I actually put a ton of clips, so let's roll those clips now. Yeah, Florida came back. We were going up in the elevator. I debated just staying out in the car just so I didn't miss anything. Florida, though, I mean, what a comeback. They were down big late. Let's see. Florida won. Okay, I included a screenshot of all the Florida. Or first off, let's roll the Florida clips. It's 6:26. I just got back. What is this? Florida. All of a sudden, the Gators are up by 3 with 22 seconds to go. Wow, what a comeback. Missed it. Jump ball, Florida ball. What a comeback by Florida. They were down 9. They made like 3 threes in a row. Wow. Wow, man. Wow. And now we're going to have fouls. Crazy. Just crazy. 80-77. What a game, man. That's all I can say. Florida, I thought they were going to lose. I thought it was done. I thought it was over. And here we are. Makes the first 4-point lead. Crazy, man. Just unbelievable. That's the big one, man. Texas Tech was up by 6. They missed 2 straight 1-and-1s. Left potentially 4 points on the board. And the Gators now lead by 5. And Kevin Harlan is about to lose his mind. A 16-2 run in 2 minutes and 38 seconds. Unbelievable. Let's listen to what Kevin Harlan has to say. 5 seconds. Got to inbound it. 2 free throws and this game is over. 1 free throw and it's over. Makes the first. How about the Florida Gators going back to the Final Four? Wow. The Florida Gators. Shocked they're in this spot right now. Absolutely shocked. A 3-point barrage by Florida. And they're about to head to San Antonio. Wow. That's going to do it. How did Texas Tech collapse? They were up all game long. All second half, that is. They went up by 10. I cannot believe that, man. Just listen. Just listen. Wow. How did they manage that? I didn't want this vlog to be this long, but man, it's going to be, unfortunately. But rolling that thing, Florida won, crazy win. All right, here we go. Now I'm back on track. After that Florida game ended, I went out to the living room or main area, started eating Taco Bell. You see the thing, I had 2 Doritos tacos and some nachos. At 7 o'clock, the Alabama game started. I actually recorded that as well, so let's roll that one.
Here we go.
There's the starting lineups. I got done eating at 7:36. I included a photo of this 5th time in NCAA tournament history 2 teams face each other after scoring 100 points. 7:51. Okay, I got done eating at 7:36. Went into the bedroom because at halftime it was 7:51. I took a photo of the halftime score since it was halftime. We started playing some games. 7:52 we played How to Be a Millionaire. It ended at 8:11. We played multiple games, did not get anywhere because it was a very challenging game. 8:13, the second half of the Alabama game started, so we turned that game back on. And then my uncle actually went out to get ice cream, but I was still in the room watching the Alabama game on the couch, so I'm going to roll that clip now as well. Man, I'm rolling clips left and right today. All right, everybody, it's 8:31, quick update. I guess I don't have to be quick. My uncle is going down to Dairy Queen to get me some ice cream because obviously the game is going on, so I don't want to miss any of it. Obviously though, looks like Alabama's gonna lose. Duke's pretty much in control up by 10. But this has been crazy. Literally, I'll once again do an explanation clip. I ran out of storage space. I deleted YouTube for 7 gigabytes, but that's it. I can't record a lot more, so that's not great. So I might have to literally just not even edit a lot, get into my camera and do what I usually do. So that might be a route I go. But they're now going down to Dairy Queen. The explanation like I do, I got back. Florida, man. Florida. What a win. They're on to the Final Four. Looks like Duke will join them. I had Alabama beating Duke. That's probably not going to happen. We played some games. Obviously, I ate the 2 Doritos tacos, 2 things of chips, and I got ice cream coming, so I'm not going to record all that much just because I want to run out of storage space, but I am watching the Duke game, and I'll be here by myself for about 15 or so minutes while they go down to Dairy Queen. I just saw my uncle coming back. Interestingly enough, he didn't have any ice cream and he was by himself, so I don't know why he's by himself. But let's give a shout out to the Lakers. They played Memphis tonight, 6 o'clock. They won 134-127, so way to go, Lakers. Finally, this is a huge win to beat Memphis. Huge win. You were tied with Memphis. Big time win tonight, Lakers. Big time win, 134-127. 3 Lakers had 25 points or more. There was an iconic photo going around. I'll include a screenshot. LeBron dunking it and Luka looking like all tough with him in the background. It was just like the D-Wade pick. It was epic. And the Lakers are going to survive. They were up big. Up by 15. They blew the lead, went down by 4, and eventually it came back. Man, good job, Lakers. Good win. Really good win. All right. The game ended up ending at 9:15. They came back, got some ice cream at 8:45. Okay, so I got ice cream at 8:45, so they went to get ice cream at about 8:30 or whatever time I just explained. All right. 9:15, the game ended. Duke started to pull away. They went on a 13-0 run. It was a blowout, and they ended up winning by like 20. Not close. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this in my one clip, but LeBron and Luka recreated the iconic pose, where LeBron throws it down and Dwayne Wade's doing that. So I took some screenshots of that. But the game ended at 9:15. We immediately went to MLB The Show 25. The game ended at 9:44. We only played 5 innings. I ended up winning 3-0. I struck him out 12 times. He didn't know what he was doing, so I had 12 strikeouts in 5 innings. It was just, I wasn't really doing anything either, but That game ended. We went to Clue at 9:45. That game ended at 9:56. A wild guess. I mean, we didn't have anything, and it was Peacock, Dagger, Lounge. I mean, the game only lasted 10 minutes. It was unbelievable. We then went to Trivial Pursuit Live at 9:58. The game ended at 10:28. I ended up losing. I got second place this time, but I still ended up losing. You can see in the photos. We then went to Jeopardy at 10:29. It was actually shocking. We ended up losing the game. We got last place. It's the first time we've ever lost Jeopardy. So we were like, we're not going out like that. 11:25, we played another game. Or after that, after 10:57, we played another game. We ended at 11:25. We ended up losing again. So I don't know why we were losing so much. So we had to play again. And finally at 11:52, that game ended. We finally redeemed ourselves, won the game. And that was all. That game ended. I went back into my room for the night. And once again, I'll roll the final clip I recorded. So this is going to be a long vlog. And I don't like all the explaining I'm necessarily doing, but it is what it is, I guess. So let's roll that clip and that'll be the vlog. Alright everybody, it's 12:03. I just got in the room. A quick update for what I did. Obviously, you already know I went bowling today. Went to the Montana State Prison. Very cool. Went to the Grant Course Ranch. Watched a ton of college basketball. Played a ton of Xbox games. And I went through it on the full update. I'm going to give you a full rundown right now. But tomorrow is going to be another exciting day. We're going to the Come On In. Going to another movie, Snow White, tomorrow, IMAX. Excited for that. Even though the movie, not the greatest. But, yeah, it's been fun so far. Hopefully tomorrow's just as fun. There's 2 games tomorrow at 12 and 3, so I'm going to have to kind of figure out exactly what to do. Yeah, today was a good day. So, I'm going to leave it about that. Hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Night, everybody.